6 used cars to avoid at all costs. Transmission nightmares. Buying a used car can feel like winning the jackpot until the transmission starts slipping, jerking, overheating, or completely failing without warning. And when that happens, the repair bill can easily climb into the thousands. For many drivers in the United States, transmission problems are the ultimate nightmare because they often appear even in vehicles that seemed well maintained. Some owners followed every service schedule, changed the fluid on time, and still ended up stranded with massive repair costs. That's why in today's video, we're counting down 6 used cars that are notorious for automatic transmission problems. These are vehicles that may look like a great deal on the used market, but behind the low price often hides a mechanical disaster waiting to happen. And to make things even more interesting, we're reversing the order from the original list, starting with the vehicle that shocked many buyers the most and working our way backward. If you're shopping for a used SUV or sedan, pay close attention because one bad transmission can turn a cheap car into a financial black hole. Stick around until the end because some of these vehicles were extremely popular in America, yet thousands of owners experienced the exact same expensive failures. And before we begin, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments what's the worst transmission problem you've ever experienced. Let's get started. Number 6. Nissan Pathfinder, 2013 to 2014. The Nissan Pathfinder had built a reputation over the years as a durable and dependable family SUV. Older Pathfinders were rugged, truck-based vehicles known for reliability and off-road capability, but everything changed when Nissan redesigned the Pathfinder for the 2013 model year. Instead of the old rugged platform, Nissan transformed it into a softer, more car-like crossover focused on comfort and fuel economy. Unfortunately, that redesign also introduced one of the biggest weaknesses imaginable, the CVT transmission. At first glance, the Pathfinder looked perfect for American families. It offered 3 rows of seating, a comfortable ride, a smooth V6 engine, and good fuel economy for its size. Dealers marketed it as the ideal road trip SUV. But many owners quickly learned that the continuously variable transmission, or CVT, became the vehicle's biggest liability. According to reliability surveys and owner complaints, the transmission problems often started surprisingly early. Some owners reported failures at barely 60,000 miles. Others experienced issues before hitting 100,000 miles, which is unacceptable for a modern SUV expected to last much longer. The warning signs were hard to ignore. Drivers described shaking during acceleration, hesitation when pulling away from stoplights, whining noises coming from the drivetrain, delayed throttle response, and sudden loss of power while driving on the highway. Imagine trying to merge into fast-moving traffic only for the SUV to hesitate before finally responding. That kind of unpredictability can feel dangerous. Even worse, many owners claimed the problems continued despite proper maintenance. Some drivers changed transmission fluid earlier than recommended, hoping to extend the CVT's lifespan, but failures still occurred. Replacing the transmission often cost between $4,000 and $7,000, depending on the repair shop. To make matters worse, the 2014 Pathfinder was hit with multiple recalls, adding even more concerns about long-term reliability. For buyers searching for a dependable used family SUV, the risk simply outweighs the reward. The Pathfinder may look modern and practical, but the transmission issues alone are enough reason to walk away. Number 5. Nissan Murano, 2011 to 2013. The Nissan Murano was designed to stand out from ordinary SUVs. It had stylish curves, a premium-looking interior, and a powerful V6 engine that gave it a more upscale feel than many competitors. On paper, it seemed like the perfect mid-size crossover for buyers wanting comfort without paying luxury brand prices. But underneath that sleek design was the same problem that haunted several Nissan vehicles of the era, the CVT transmission. Owners of the 2011 through 2013 Murano frequently reported serious transmission complaints. Many described the vehicle suddenly losing power during acceleration, especially after the transmission warmed up.
Others heard loud whining noises or felt the SUV shudder violently while driving. Some drivers even said the vehicle would hesitate for several seconds before finally engaging drive or reverse. The frustrating part is that these symptoms often didn't appear during a quick test drive. A used Murano might feel perfectly normal when cold, only to start acting up after 20 or 30 minutes on the road. That made it incredibly difficult for buyers to spot the problem before purchasing the vehicle. And once the transmission started failing, repairs were painfully expensive. Many owners faced replacement costs worth almost half the value of the SUV itself. Some reported that their transmissions failed shortly after the warranty expired, leaving them completely responsible for the bill. Others replaced one CVT to encounter problems again later. Despite the comfortable interior and smooth ride, the Murano quickly became a vehicle many mechanics warned people to avoid. The combination of expensive repairs and unreliable transmission behavior makes these model years particularly risky on the used market. Number 4. Ford Fiesta, 2011 to 2014. The Ford Fiesta entered the market as a smart, economical compact car. It promised excellent fuel economy, easy city driving, affordable pricing, and modern styling. For students, commuters, and budget-conscious buyers, it looked like an unbeatable bargain. Unfortunately, what many people didn't realize was that the Fiesta's automatic transmission would become one of the most controversial automotive failures of the decade. The problem centered around Ford's power-shift transmission, a dual-clutch automatic that was supposed to combine fuel efficiency with sporty driving characteristics. In reality, many owners described it as jerky, unpredictable, and downright dangerous. Drivers reported harsh shifting, sudden shaking, hesitation during acceleration, and violent jerking at low speeds. Imagine pressing the gas pedal and waiting several seconds for the car to react. That's exactly what thousands of Ford Fiesta owners experienced. What made the situation worse was how widespread the issue became. Complaints flooded dealerships across the country. Some owners had their transmissions repaired multiple times under warranty, only for the same symptoms to return weeks later. Even software updates and replacement parts often failed to permanently solve the issue. And although the Fiesta was marketed as an affordable car, the repeated repairs quickly erased any savings owners thought they were getting. Many buyers who chose the Fiesta for cheap transportation ended up with constant frustration and repair shop visits instead. Today, the 2011 through 2014 Fiesta is widely considered one of the riskiest used compact cars you can buy if equipped with the automatic transmission. Even if the car seems inexpensive up front, the potential headaches can easily outweigh the low purchase price. Number 3. Infiniti QX60, 2014.
Luxury vehicles are supposed to deliver comfort, refinement, and peace of mind. But for many owners, the 2014 Infiniti QX60 delivered something very different: transmission nightmares. The QX60 was marketed as a premium family SUV with 3 rows of seating, upscale materials, and advanced features. It looked elegant, drove comfortably, and carried the prestige of a luxury badge. But beneath the polished exterior was another problematic CVT transmission that caused major frustration for owners. Many buyers expected reliability because of the vehicle's high price tag. After all, this was a luxury SUV that often sold for more than $50,000 when new. But according to owner reports, the transmission issues began appearing surprisingly early, often around 90,000 miles or even sooner. Drivers described shuddering during acceleration, loss of power on highways, overheating warnings, and complete transmission failure. Some owners replaced the transmission only to face additional problems later. Imagine paying luxury car money and still worrying every time you accelerate onto the freeway. The worst part is that transmission repairs on luxury vehicles are rarely cheap. Replacement costs could easily reach several $1,000s, leaving owners with massive repair bills on a vehicle that was supposed to represent premium quality.
Many mechanics now advise buyers to avoid the 2014 QX60 entirely unless they have proof of a properly replaced and updated transmission system. Even then, the reputation of these vehicles continues to scare away many used car shoppers. Luxury means nothing if reliability isn't part of the package. Number 2. Nissan Rogue 2011. The Nissan Rogue became one of America's most popular compact SUVs thanks to its practical size, comfortable ride, and impressive fuel economy. It looked like the perfect daily driver for commuters and small families, but the 2011 model developed a reputation for serious CVT-related problems that continue to haunt owners today. At first, the Rogue seemed perfectly fine. Many owners enjoyed smooth driving and low fuel costs during the early years of ownership. But as mileage increased, the transmission problems started appearing. Some drivers noticed fluid leaks. Others experienced overheating, slipping, or severe hesitation while accelerating. In many cases, the SUV would suddenly lose power after driving for extended periods, especially during hot weather or highway use. That's terrifying when you're surrounded by fast-moving traffic. One of the biggest complaints was how unpredictable the failures felt. A Rogue might drive normally for weeks before suddenly struggling to accelerate or maintain speed. Some owners said warning lights appeared moments before the vehicle entered limp mode, leaving them crawling along the side of the road. And once again, maintenance wasn't always enough to prevent disaster. Even owners who serviced the CVT regularly still reported failures. For a vehicle many buyers hoped would last 200,000 miles or more, experiencing major transmission trouble before reaching 100,000 was deeply disappointing. The Rogue may still attract buyers because of its affordable used prices, but there's a reason those prices are low. Transmission repairs can quickly cost more than the vehicle is worth. And finally, number 1, Chevrolet Traverse 2012 to 2013. The Chevrolet Traverse looked like the ultimate family SUV. It had 3 rows of seating, plenty of cargo space, a strong V6 engine, and enough room for road trips, kids, and everyday errands. Families loved the spacious interior and comfortable ride, but hidden beneath all that practicality was a transmission that caused endless frustration for many owners. The 6-speed automatic transmission in the 2012 and 2013 Traverse became notorious for harsh shifting and unpredictable behavior. Drivers often complained that the SUV held gears too long before suddenly downshifting with a violent jerk. Others described loud clunks, hesitation during acceleration, and delayed response when trying to pass slower traffic. Imagine pressing the accelerator while entering a highway and feeling the SUV struggle to decide what gear it wants. That hesitation can feel incredibly unsafe in real-world driving situations. Some owners reported transmission failures well before reaching high mileage. Others dealt with constant repairs, fluid leaks, or repeated trips to the dealership. And because the Traverse was marketed as a dependable family vehicle, the disappointment felt even worse for buyers who trusted Chevrolet's reputation. What makes this vehicle particularly frustrating is that many owners maintained them properly. Oil changes, transmission fluid services, and regular inspections still didn't guarantee long-term reliability. In some cases, the transmission problems were simply built into the design. The used market is full of inexpensive Traverses because many owners are eager to get rid of them before major repairs hit. While the low prices may look tempting, buyers should think carefully before taking the risk. As we've seen today, not every used car bargain is actually a bargain. Sometimes the cheap purchase price hides expensive transmission problems waiting to happen. Vehicles like the Nissan Pathfinder, Murano, Rogue, Infiniti QX60, Ford Fiesta, and Chevrolet Traverse prove that even popular and comfortable cars can become financial disasters when the transmission fails. The lesson here is simple. Before buying any used vehicle, Always research reliability ratings, read owner complaints, inspect service records, and get a trusted mechanic to examine the car. Spending a little extra time before buying can save you thousands of dollars later. Now, we want to hear from you. Have you ever owned a car with transmission problems? Which vehicle gave you the biggest headache? Share your story in the comments because your experience could help someone avoid making a costly mistake. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next countdown of used cars to avoid. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.